Hi everyone, welcome to a Stamping to Share video. My name is Kay Kalthoff and I'm excited to share with you today this delightful birthday card. It looks just like this and I'm going to show you how to put it together start to finish. There's not a lot to it, so it's going to go really quickly. The first thing that you're going to need is a piece of Pool Party cardstock. And I've gone ahead and I've cut it at 5.5 by 8.5, and then I've scored it at 2 1/8 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And then we're going to fold that into a Z fold. So let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to fold this back, and I'm going to use a bone folder to just accentuate that crease mark. And then we're going to fold this 2 1/8 inch flap back as well. And I'm also going to use the bone folder just to give that crease a little bit more staying power. So this is ready to go. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use one of Stampin' Up's tea-lace doilies, and I'm going to get one out here. And that is going to go right here on the inside of our card. So we can go ahead and put that in already, and we're just going to take a little bit of glue and we're going to adhere that right here. And that looks real good. So now the next part is we need to do a little stamping. So let's go ahead and get the stamping done. I've just got a couple of pieces of scrap paper here, and then we're using the mixed bunch stamp set. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp the flower from the mixed bunch stamp set right there, and then we're going to take another little bit from the mixed bunch stamp set and stamp that off to the left or down on the corner here. And then we're also going to use something from Bring on the Cake. This is Birthday Wishes, so we're going to stamp that just like that, and then we're going to punch this out with the 2 3/8 inch scallop circle punch. So that's easy to do because you can just center it into the center of your punch and punch that out. Then we're going to punch out our small accent circle with the 3/4 inch circle punch, just like that. And then we're going to need the blossom punch. Looks like this, and it coordinates perfectly. And we're just going to center that as well. Using the punch upside down, you can usually center everything that you want to do quite easily. There we go. All right, now we're ready to go ahead and start assembling our card. So I'm going to get these pieces out of the way, and we're going to use a strip of Afternoon Picnic Designer Series paper. Now I wanted this to have a real skinny line all the way around, so how I cut it was 1 15/16 by 5 5/16. That gives me just the tiniest bit of border all the way around. And we can adhere this with multi-purpose liquid glue. And the reason I like glue is you can give it just a little bit of a wiggle room to get those borders perfectly in place. All right, that looks good. And then the next step is we can go ahead and adhere our center for the center of our card. Now I did use Pool Party paper again, and I used my 2.5 inch circle punch and just made a punch out, and that is going to go right over the top of our tea lace doily. And again, we just use a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue, set that right there, and then we'll take the scallop circle punch of the words and we're going to set that right here. Now this time, instead of using glue, I'm going to use some snail, because it is Whisper White paper, so it's a little bit thinner and I don't want any glue marks to show through. So that's going to go just like that. And that part is done. Now we just need to put some circles over the top here, and then our card will be completed. So what I did is I used the Big Shot machine, and I used our Circle Collection framelits that look like this. And what I do is I number them 1 through 9, starting with the very center circle, and the 2 framelits that I'm using are numbers 6 and 7. And I use number 7, which is the little bit larger one, to cut a circle from our pool party paper. And then I also used a circle from the Framelits collection, number 6, to cut a circle with the white vellum cardstock paper. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to layer those two together, and we're just going to use a little bit of glue right in the center of our vellum. We don't want to spread the glue too far out because then it's going to show up behind the daisy, and that will show through, so we just want to keep that nice and centered there. Then we're going to take our daisy and we're just going to use our bone folder and just curl the petals a little bit here at the ends, just like this, so that they roll up just a touch. And again, we can take some glue and adhere that to the center, just like so. And then I used the 1-inch circle punch from Stampin' Up, and I punched out another punch out also from Pool Party paper, and I'm going to use a dimensional right here in the center of our daisy, and then I'm going to center that circle punch out right over the top of our daisy. And then the finishing touch on this will be our little 3/4 inch circle punch out that we did, and then we're going to accent that with a basic rhinestone. And so I have some basic rhinestones here. Now these are cut up because I had used them in a class, so I don't have them attached to the full sheet, but we can put one right here in the center with our paper piercer. Beautiful. Now the last step to this card, you can see how quickly this is going together, is we're just going to center this circle right over the top of our daisy on the left side here. So I'm just going to flip it over, and I know that I need to keep my glue on this side. And then we're going to flip it back, and then we're just going to center it right over the tea-lace doily cutout, or the tea-lace doily right here. And then our card is complete, and that's what it looks like. So here it is folded up, and here it is opened up. Hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial along with all the measurements. Have a great day, and thanks so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. Bye-bye.